This is a 1995 F-150 5.0 liter V8 302 extended cab XLT. And this is my mom's truck, and we had a runaway earlier this year. We were just driving down the road. She was behind me, and all of a sudden the accelerator just grabbed down and started blasting away at 85 miles an hour, and she couldn't stop it. And she couldn't just try to shift it into neutral, because that'll blow the engine up, as you know, I'm sure. And it was all she could do to stomp on the pedal just enough to be able to slow down enough to turn the ignition off. And so we got on the phone with our mechanic and did some research out there in the hills with what little internet we could get, and found that this model, as well as many others, has actually had 2 or 3 court cases because of a runaway cruise control system. The cruise control just grabbing and yanking and running away. So I physically disconnected, here's the cruise control module over here, and I physically disconnected the cruise control from the accelerator assembly over there at the intake. And we thought that might solve the problem, but it didn't. It kept on running away, and we did tons of research, talked on the forums, talked to mechanics, and all we could get was, besides the cruise control, was a number of other things that we tried, and it still didn't do the job. This last time it ran away a whole bunch of times on one trip, and I started doing another search, and I found that another cause of both stalling, which this also does sometimes in the city, stalling and running away, is a defective or dead idle air control valve, the IAC valve. And I didn't even know anything about this, but I've taken the intake hoses off here, and right behind the intake you can see this is the IAC valve. It's got a little electric valve assembly in there, and apparently I learned finally that these things, when they do go bad, they can cause they take a hold of the accelerator and cause a runaway truck, just like the cruise control does. So I'm replacing that, but while I was replacing that, I noticed one thing, that if you do have to check this, you might want to be on the lookout. I noticed that the part of the upper hose was broken right here. It was just gone. I thought, oh, that's nice. I just figured it was long gone on the ground or something. But when I looked in the assembly, I saw that it is actually, and sorry for the helicopter noise up above, it was sitting inside the intake here, and I don't know if you can see that, and it was sitting, I don't know how it didn't get sucked into the engine, because you got the intake valves right there on the top of the intake, but it was also sitting right on top of the hole that exchanges the air from the idle air control valve. So I don't know if it's been sitting there the whole time, but that just seems like a really dangerous thing. So anyway, just as a precaution, make sure to check your hose ends if you have to take something like this off, and make sure nothing got stuck in there. I was just cleaning it out because there was a little bit of dirt and soot and things like that. But anyway, that's the deal. I won't do the whole video of the taking off and putting on, because Christian McCullough has done that already on his site, and he goes through the whole deal. Don't tell him, but these he was using a screwdriver to take these off, and an 8mm to take the nuts off, the bolts off the IAC valve. But these, of course, also fit the 8mm socket, so it could have made his life a little easier there. But anyway, we won't tell him that. But anyway, just as a precautionary note, I want to let you know that. So we'll eventually put the cruise control back on, I suppose. But all right, that's about it.